now. Ladies and gentlemen, as we're in the middle of April, the Blast Paris Major, which is the last CSGO event before fully transitioning to CS2, is just a little under a month until release, which means the sticker update is weeks away, if not possibly a few days. Now, the reason I think it might be closer, we have to get that Anubis collection. They want to make sure things are not copyrighted because, well, that's been a pretty big problem for the past couple of cases. Whether or not you're gambling on these looking good or bad, investors will sell and buy up older major collections according to either outcome, which will create both opportunity and profit for you. In today's video, I want to discuss how to prepare for the major with investments and what I've done in the past and I'm doing right now. I want to talk about different scenarios that could possibly happen, how that's going to affect older major stickers, other things on the market, and how not to just profit from these stickers, but other things as well. Today's video sponsor is Market.CSGO. Market.CSGO is a buying and selling marketplace for your skins, but most importantly, a peer-to-peer site. So the wait times in between trading, buying, or selling are as low as possible. The marketplace has over 100,000 trades a day and even a built-in tab to find the best deals to make the most amount of profit possible. It also has a built-in client via download or Chrome to make trading very profitable, but most importantly, as safe as possible. Selling is as easy as the click of a button with extremely low fees, that of course being 5%. Definitely one of the best in its field and gives you an edge versus other competition. Once you sell an item, it goes directly to your balance. From there, you can choose to cash out with many different options, many more than other rival sites. Market.CSGO is one of the best of its competition. With its low selling fees, scam-proof client, and a large amount of cash out options, I can't recommend this site enough. If interested, it'll be the top of the link in the description below. Now, firstly, this might come as a shock, but I want to talk about non-major related items. Whenever a big update comes, like a major, which everyone's looking forward to, as of right now, I don't think we're getting an operation. Everyone's kind of on a drought for content. Even though CS2 was just announced, only 2 to 5% of the population of players can actually access it, and the players who are only playing Dust 2. Cases that are the one-off or a part of an operation, liquid skins and capsules, and older major collections normally are all sold at higher rates. Some are even higher tier items, depending on how they look, which could give you a good chance to profit by picking these things up when they're on the dip by putting in buy orders and just buying them when that happens. Now, something I've done in the past for every single CSGO major, and before a big update, at least that we get information for, by following people like Gabe Follower and Aquarius over there on Twitter, if we know an operation's coming soon, I'll try and get some Steam balance. And while there actually are a few ways you can get a balance for a lot cheaper than just by depositing, if that makes any sense. You buy skins on a third-party site, then sell them on Steam, though this isn't as profitable as it used to be because everyone and their mom's dog does this. Because things sell for cheaper on a third-party site, you get more of a higher balance on Steam, and since you're going to be buying skins, or for the most part, a lot of these capsules and stickers, you'll be able to get them for a huge discount, at least some of the time. So I would try and have a balance ready before this update comes, if that's by selling some items that you've profited on pretty heavily with CS2, or even cases. Next, let's talk about the past previous major stickers. This goes for Cato 15 all the way to Stockholm, Antwerp, and even Rio. So what are the different scenarios that are going to play out if these things look good or bad? That of course being the Blast Paris stickers. So if these things look pretty good, maybe they're transparent or something like Cologne 2015 and 16, which this is the most likely option I think is going to happen, since at the moment the least popular stickers and the most ugly are up so much because they look good one in CS2, but the demand for items is just going up. Everyone's going to be focused on these newer items. People are going to want to invest in them, but also craft with them. This is going to cause a lot of people to sell older stickers, which is therefore going to drop the price. This is the good outcome that I think is probably going to happen. Stockholm, Antwerp, maybe even things like RMR are going to dip pretty heavily. This will happen when the major stickers first come out, but also during the 75% off sale, which that could be expected to last anywhere from 1 to 2 months. Let's just say you have a lot of Stockholm and Antwerp stickers right now, or even going back further. Most of these items are in the green for the majority of CS players, especially if you've been holding since the 75% off sale for that said major. I would probably liquidate some off, not all, but a few, just in case you don't want to hold until that point. But playing devil's advocate here, if these stickers do look bad or maybe extremely mid and people just don't want to craft with them, which I don't really see happening, stickers are going to have the opposite effect at the beginning and during the 75% off sale, where they're going to spike up like crazy and probably carry out until after the sale's concluded. Maybe by a month, maybe by a couple months, and whatever that all-time high was, it'll come down and just be the new norm from there. That's why in the best possibility, you shouldn't sell everything, but it's always good to be prepared, and that way you also have a balance going into this next major. With how crazy the market's gone the past few weeks from the announcement of CS2, players have made some silly decisions that ended up working out pretty well. With exactly that, I don't think players are going to change, and I think the same thing is going to happen here. Players will buy them up, and even if they don't at the rates we're expecting, I think things will noticeably drop on the market. Next, let's talk about patches. This is a pretty controversial item in CS right now. The Bayonet Frog patch from Operation Riptide has hit the $200 mark. Now, who is buying these? I would love to know. They don't sell too much, and this goes for patches in general, which is also the reason why Valve hasn't added them in any majors since Stockholm 2021. They are controversial. You can't see them in game, but with CS2 coming out with all these new different loading screens, end screens, halftime screens, you can see your agent, and patches I think are going to be a little more popular. If Theory in the past is where I think a new agent that comes out, or older ones that are out right now, could have a new patch spot, maybe on their wrist or their gloves, where you could actually see them in game and it would make a real difference. But until that happens, I'm not sure. I don't really see them coming out in the Blast Paris Major, but in the chance they do, the same thing goes with the stickers looking bad. At the very beginning, Stockholm patch packs and patches might fall down a little bit and then eventually rise up, especially for the teams who aren't competing in this said next major. A lot of people find them dumb, but no one can disagree they've performed exceptionally well and better than most people thought, including myself. Next, I want to talk about selling off. This is controversial at times, yet people need to hear it. The majority of the time, players buy high and sell low. Why is that? It's mostly based out of FOMO and people not wanting to wait. Yet most items continue to rise after a dip, at least a little after. You have to wait at some points. And of course, you don't profit until you sell. With the market going crazy, and I'm not just talking about now either, during the 75% off sale for Paris, maybe a little after, you might be seeing some pretty high profits with some newer or older items. This is a chance for you to take some profit, and also right now to take some, getting a balance for this next update. Going back to gambling on the chance of what these stickers are looking like, you could be waiting the next 3 months for the prices that may be dipping to go back up to normal or spike way above what they were before. So that's really up to you there. Lastly, for today's video, what am I doing right now preparing for this major, and what am I going to do when it comes out? I've recently took the chance with everything that has peaked, just going insane the past few weeks with the announcement of CS2, to profit, and the past few days I've also been waiting to reinvest a lot of that money, one into the new major stickers with souvenirs and collections, but also taking a chance to profit, which I have talked about on Mando Monday. And I guess I'll throw in souvenir packages really quickly. Dust 2 has absolutely exploded from Stockholm and Antwerp. If you guys remember for the Rio Major, Dust 2 was actually pulled from the competitive map pool but was still played. These packages were also available 2 months after the major concluded, which led to a heavy oversupply. Since these stickers are insanely popular, Stockholm and Antwerp have gone through the roof, and I think Stockholm and Antwerp packages right now for really any map is probably a decent investment, maybe even some with Rio, because a lot of these skins, if we do get an operation within the next little while, we might be seeing some new collections, but also some maps going bye-bye. Let me know what you guys think. Stay positive, sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.